Welcome to Comics in the Making. My name is Ryan Holgerson. I'm the creator of Slackmatic, and I'm back with another comic vlog. This week's story is the Doppelganger Dilemma. So if you watched my last video about the story Abducted, you know that I was working on another story, and while I was doing that, bam, Abducted just popped into my head, and I kind of tossed the other one to the side, and I got that one finished. Well, the Doppelganger Dilemma was that story. And the germ for this really came from listening to way too many paranormal podcasts. I like to listen to Monsters Among Us, the Kryptonaut podcast, and Monsters Among Us is based all on people sending in their true life, supposedly, paranormal experiences. And the Kryptonaut podcast, they'll have episodes where listeners will write in and send their true life paranormal experiences. And listening to those, I've heard several stories about people's doppelgangers, and some of them are quite frankly just terrifying. And I wanted to play around and see what would happen if Dad's doppelganger or a doppelganger showed up, and what would happen. How would Audrey get out of that situation, or would she figure it out? And so I was really, it was a really fun story to write. And I think it's actually one of the funniest stories I've done this year, and which means no one else will get it, because that's how it works. It's always how it works. Anyway, hey, let's get the time lapse and we'll talk about it more. All right, so the first thing I had to figure out with this was, where is Audrey going to find the supposed doppelganger? And I had this image in my head of this first panel, her looking down into a basement. And what's creepier than a basement? Also, that last panel where Dad is saying, hey, the board games are in the back corner, pick guess who. I think I had it written as like maybe Battleship or Connect 4. And then guess who just popped into my head, and that was just, I was like, how did I not think of that? There'd be just some great foreshadowing. So I threw that in there. But like I said in the intro, this was really inspired by hearing stories of other people's doppelgangers. And I remember hearing one where a kid had seen their mom like pull up and at their house, and as he turns around, his mom is underneath the kitchen table or something like that, and she says, I saw it too. And that just, it seems so creepy to me that you would go and see two of the same people at once, and not just people, but people that you know and that you love. And so having this start out in the basement where she meets this doppelganger, it just seemed super creepy to me and seemed like a great place to start. As I started writing it, though, I wasn't sure which one was going to be the doppelganger. And when I first started writing it, the initial idea was that the dad upstairs, he was going to be the doppelganger, and it actually was the real dad down in the basement hiding. And I went through it a few times, and I thought, well, if it tricked me as I'm writing it, then maybe it will trick some readers as they're reading it also. So I went with that way. This page right here with the 9 panels, I really love this part where the dad he doesn't know anything about the daughter, and of course the doppelganger is also right there with them, which leads to this panel right here where she discovers who the real doppelganger is. And the idea that it was a math problem that she knew her stupid dad would not know. I don't know if it's funny or if it's sad, but whatever. It worked. And then, the first panel on this last page, so fun to draw. I really wasn't sure how I was gonna depict this doppelganger, but just doing all these twisty little limbs and gross stuff coming out of it. It was so fun to draw. So fun to draw. But had a blast with this story. Thanks for checking out the video. I really appreciate it. Hey, would you like to have even more fun? Go check out my Patreon. It's patreon.com/slackmatic. It's only $2 a month. You get all of my comics as soon as they're done. I put up extra time-lapse videos, any extra little art and art pieces that I'm doing, I throw up there. We've got people that will comment, and we've got good discussions that happen on there. So I'd love to have you over there. Also, I just published 3 new books. They are all on my Etsy shop right now. We've got The Egg, we've got Bloody Larry, we've got Slime Monster Saturday. I did not print a lot of these books, so get them while you can. I don't plan on reprinting them. Until then, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. It really helps. We really appreciate it. And with all that said, just do the damn thing.